I was thinking after a Bible study today how God can send you to a whole nother place, away from everything you've ever known. How even despite God separating you from everything you've ever known, you can still be holding on to and be attached to what God has delivered you from. Think about the children of Israel and how they were oppressed by the Egyptians. How God blessed them by separating them from that oppression. How instead of embracing the new start, instead of embracing the new beginning, the new relationships, the new opportunities for growth, the new land, they chose to continue on to hold on to what was in oppression. They still lived in bondage in their mind and in their spirit. Therefore, what was supposed to be a good thing for them ended up turning into a sour thing for them. And it kind of made me think a little bit about how it relates to this day and age with social media, how you can move from one state, like someone like me. I moved from Denver to North Carolina, from Colorado to North Carolina, and it made me think about how even despite me moving from Colorado all the way to the south in North Carolina, a piece of Colorado and Denver could still be attached to me through the means of social media. Instead of me completely being off the grid with no bonds and no connection to where I came from, social media has allowed us to stay connected to what God has separated us from. So people still have access to you, right? Spirits still have access to you because you allow them to have access to you, right? People can still see what's going on in your life. You still know what's going on in a whole nother state other than the place where God has you, right? And it got me thinking, like, are we truly allowing God to separate us correctly in this day and age? Are we truly embracing the separation? Because social media truly enables us to feel like we can still have access, or we still need access to what God has separated us from. And I believe we live in a time in life where we somewhat believe and feel as if we have an obligation to stay on social media. We have an obligation to keep up an appearance. We have an obligation to keep people tapped in with our lives. We have an obligation to make something of ourselves through staying hip and staying up with the times that we're in, right? So we're all tempted and all pulled into this direction of feeling like, oh, to not have a social media profile is weird these days. For you not to be posting, or for people not to know what's going on in your life, or, for family members to not have access to you, that live in another state, or for friends who you used to be cool with to not have access to you, like whatever it may be, right? But are we truly embracing the separation, the detachment properly? And what I'm saying here isn't about you choosing not to love people or embrace where you came from or forget it. What I'm speaking to here is more so, if God has separated you, right? Are you separated? Are you truly planted where you are in severing ties with wherever you used to be? Are you truly allowing Him to do a great work in you? Are you truly becoming brand new, inside and out? That's the question. So I just wanted to come on here and share that if God has delivered you from your Egypt, from your oppression, from your bondage, from whatever He separated you from, Maybe it was a toxic relationship. Maybe it was a toxic job. Maybe it was a toxic way of thinking. Maybe it was a separation from illness. Whatever it was that God has separated you from, have you truly embraced the separation and start leaning into who God wants you to become in this new place that he's delivered you in? That's the question that I want you to ask yourself and to reflect on today, because I think it's very tempting to still be holding on to what's familiar and not embracing what's not familiar, what's new in your life. So I hope this message today was a blessing, and I will see you chain breakers in the next video. Stay blessed.